Right now, I'm standing in the country that has the shortest coastline in the entire world. This is Bosnia and has a tiny 9-kilometer coastline between Croatia and Croatia. You can see right in the distance over there, there's a bridge that connects Croatia to Croatia, which basically bypasses the entire country of Bosnia. So why is Bosnia like this? And why doesn't it have more coastline? Just as a side note, I find it really interesting that the people here use the Neum flag everywhere, which is this one right here, which kind of looks like a Croatian flag, but it's not. It's actually the Neum municipality flag. There's another one up there as well, but it's not as obvious. You can't really tell what's going on. But yeah, it's a pretty cool flag. They do use the Bosnian flag as well, obviously, but they're very proud to be from Neum, which is, you know, this tiny little place. So basically what happened in the 1600s, there was a war between the Venetians and the Ottomans. And the Venetians basically controlled what's modern day Croatia, and the Ottomans controlled what's modern day Bosnia. And there was also a city-state, a tiny small country back then that doesn't exist anymore, called Ragusa. That's essentially modern day Dubrovnik in Croatia now. That's what this old town is. Anyway, so Ragusa was really small and they wanted help from the Ottomans to stop the Venetians that were coming down the coast, basically taking up everything that's that part of Croatia that has the long part of coastline now. So to stop the Venetians, Ragusa decided to give a part of their coastline to the Ottomans in order to be a barrier between the two countries, which was quite smart because if the Venetians tried to attack the Ottomans, which was now their territory, this would start a whole-scale war. So Ragusa was quite safe. They also gave a little bit of land in the south as well, but that was eventually given to Montenegro and it doesn't look as interesting. So why is it like this today? Well, basically, eventually the entire area was swallowed up by the Austria-Hungary Empire and the borders were changed a lot between then and now. But what you might know is that all of these countries around here used to be part of Yugoslavia, which after 1991, they all split up into 6 different countries. And the way they agreed on those borders was actually quite interesting. Because Bosnia wanted to keep its size and status and not get swallowed up by any of the other countries, they decided instead of redrawing any new borders, they would go back to the 1600s borders of Bosnia, which was the part that had the little coastline, the Ottoman border. This just made it so Serbia and Croatia and any other surrounding countries couldn't swallow them up, and the borders were already drawn, keeping the size of Bosnia as well as relatively the same people. And well, the reason for Dubrovnik still being part of Croatia, well, part of Yugoslavia, and they were all together, a lot of Croatians moved from the more Soviet era part in Zagreb and surrounding areas that are now Croatia. They moved to Dubrovnik or around this area because it was a bit more safer and a bit more removed from the war that was happening in 1991. And then when they became their own country, well, there was a lot of Croatians there. They decided to just keep that part of land as Croatia. So there is a bridge connecting the islands now, but right now this is the only part in Bosnia that has a coastline. So it's interesting to see these boats having Bosnian branding because you'd never really see this anywhere else in the world. Very interesting city. There's not much going on here, but it's very quiet, very peaceful, and the people around here are quite nice. I've ran into a few and told them about why I'm here, and they seem very interested that there's a tourist actually caring about this tiny 9-kilometer stretch of land. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this? And let me know if you'd ever want to go here. Maybe on a bit of a nicer day than this, but anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.